That's to remind you what it is.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. So there's a very, very short memory in Hollywood, and especially in our corporate media, for monsters and the people that they helped create and promote. Like, for instance, remember that time that Harvey Weinstein was welcomed to the White House and praised by Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama said that Harvey Weinstein was not only a wonderful human being, but a good friend. We have the tape.
Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. Harvey.
What a great job. Thank you, Harvey.
This is possible because of Harvey. He is a wonderful human being, a good friend, and just a powerhouse. And the fact that he and his team took the time to make this happen for all of you should say something, not about me or about this place.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, so special. Michelle Obama once called Harvey Weinstein a wonderful human being, a good friend, a powerhouse. It's literally here on the White House website. This is the White House website for Barack Obama. This website is frozen in times. Remarks by the First Lady at Career Film Symposium. Oh, I want to start by thanking Harvey Weinstein for organizing this amazing day. And she goes on, she loved Harvey Weinstein so much that she sent her daughter to go work for him. Malia Obama interned for Harvey Weinstein's company months before sexual harassment scandal broke. Would you look at that? Wow. Too bad. What's going on with Harvey Weinstein again? Oh, yeah, okay. He was just convicted again of rape. Harvey Weinstein gets another 16 years in prison for rape, sexual assault. This is on top of 20 years that the 70-year-old now has to serve for a similar conviction in New York. And an important reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that Harvey Weinstein did do the Women's March. Remember everyone with their pink pussy hats? Harvey Weinstein did the Women's March. Remember that. Okay? Very important. So Harvey Weinstein marched for women, meanwhile, is going to be sentenced to at least, as far as we can tell, nearly 40 years for sexual assault and rape after he was welcomed to the White House by the Obamas and praised by the Clintons, and they even sent their daughter to go work for him. And so these people have a very, very bad track record. These, of course, are the people that are telling you how to live your lives. They have a horrible track record, and they pick really bad people to promote. And this brings us very nicely along to Jonathan Majors, Hollywood's most wanted. That didn't age very well. Ebony Magazine, Marvel producers, relates Kang to Thanos. Character will play much larger role in upcoming film. Yes, so Jonathan Majors was Kang the Conqueror in the Marvel Universe. Now, the Marvel Universe already had some major problems with it, but they were depending on Jonathan Majors to effectively save the franchise. And they said so. Watch Jonathan Majors on his meteoric rise through Hollywood. Wow. Actor Jonathan Majors has arrived. He's not in one, but in 3 movies to be released this year. He was in Antifa Man, Quantumania. That's from Nerdrotics. And he's the new villain in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In fact, Kevin Feige said he's going to base the entire MCU around Jonathan Majors. But something rather interesting and predictable happened on the way to fame and glory for Jonathan Majors. He was convicted of assaulting his former girlfriend. Oh, yes. So Jonathan Majors attacked his girlfriend and was convicted. And Disney then had to say, maybe he is actually an evil villain. The jury convicted Jonathan Majors of assaulting his former girlfriend. The Marvel and Creed actor, 34, was found guilty of assault and harassment. He was also acquitted on different charges of aggravated harassment. Oh, great. Good old New York judicial system working for him there. The charges stemmed from a dispute between Majors and his girlfriend that began in the backseat of a chauffeured car and spilled in the streets of Manhattan one night. Jabari testified that there was substantial pain that she suffered after he allegedly assaulted her in the backseat of the cab. So here is the footage of this horrific event. This is, of course, the Marvel actor that they pinned the entire franchise on. We've played this before, so it's like you can see him and her like leaving the vehicle. It's awful. You can see them fighting, and like she gets hit, pushed right there. And ladies and gentlemen, they sure can pick them in Hollywood. Now you can see the Majors, who's obviously a much bigger person, like manhandling her. And she goes and like literally runs away, like runs for her life. And he chases her. Awful stuff. Get your life in order, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, here we go. Once again, our bettors are telling us how to live. Jonathan Majors is found guilty of harassing his ex-girlfriend. This is Majors in court. Got a new girlfriend. This is his ex-girlfriend. And didn't end great. It's really bad. She had bruises and was bloodied. So he's guilty now. And he's fired by Disney Marvel Studios after assault guilty verdicts. Actor had played Kang the Conqueror. Of course, Disney waited for the guilty verdicts. They were perfectly willing to workshop whatever comes next for Jonathan Majors. But that was a bridge too far. And at least there's a limit here. Jonathan Majors will not serve jail time. He's been sentenced to 1 year of domestic violence counseling. Oh, no. So he was sentenced today. Jonathan Majors is sentenced after being convicted of reckless assault and third-degree harassment. He should have and could have gotten jail time, but ended up just being given like some counseling. Apparently, this makes sense, according to ABC News. Explain the sentence makes sense because he hasn't been criminally convicted before. Check this out.
What's your reaction to the sentence?
Makes sense. First-time arrest, assault, and a misdemeanor. It's an A-class misdemeanor, so the highest of misdemeanors we have in the state of New York, but you don't typically see jail time following this. It makes sense that based on the nature of the allegations and what we heard from the victim in this case as well, that anger management would be a large portion of this as well. We know it's a 52-week anger management program that he's allowed to do in Los Angeles, which is pretty standard. They don't usually force you to come back to the States to do a sentence like that, and to continue mental health counseling.
So what happens next in this case?
That's pretty much it. Unless his attorneys want to appeal the case, from my understanding, they are in that kind of that realm where they believe that the judge got it typically wrong in this, where, if you remember, Jonathan Majors was found not guilty for intentional assault, but for reckless assault. And I think the appellate issue there is that the jury should have never been given the option of reckless assault, but only stuck with the intentional assault. Therefore, he would have won based on a misdemeanor conviction and only been sentenced to the harassment, which I think he would have been much more comfortable with. So a potential appeal in the making.
So what are you watching for if they do go forward with an appeal?
I want to see whether or not the appellate court takes up the case. They can, of course, say they're going to reject it, or they're going to say they're going to take it. And if they do, whether or not those grounds or something they say are enough to overturn this conviction. What they're going to attempt to do, that being the defense, is argue that the facts alleged, as well as the facts that came out in the court, geared more towards an intentional assault rather than a reckless assault. And that jury charge should have never been given to the jury. If that's successful, it's a major change for Jonathan Majors, because he no longer has a criminal conviction, only that harassment violation. But you know what? Everyone can probably deal with a little bit of anger management and counseling, so it's no loss there in terms of he's not doing any jail time.
So yeah, Jonathan Majors' ex rips the actor, says he's not actually sorry about anything that he did. Jonathan Majors' ex-girlfriend ripped the remorseless abuser, telling the court he hurt other women. As former Marvel star avoided jail on Monday, his conviction for assaulting her inside of the Manhattan car service. He's not sorry. He's not accepted any responsibility, and he will do this again. This will hurt other women. Jory said, this is a man who believes he is above the law. And well, I guess if he doesn't see any jail time, then perhaps he just has to go to some counseling in LA and is allowed to be a free man, then I guess he is above the law. Will Marvel welcome this monster back? I mean, the footage is absolutely horrifying. Jabari testified that she lived in fear of Majors' violent outbursts during their 2-year relationship that ended in being struck with a hard blow across her head. She was bleeding from it. I guess we'll see, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see if Hollywood can revive this one. Harvey Weinstein, too far gone, but is there somebody else that can be revived with just enough visits to the Me Too movement? My meet cute with Jonathan Majors. Everyone seems to be in love with the newest MCU star, but he's more than just a pretty face. Yeah, you're right. He's a pretty convicted face who is now a felon and now has to go to counseling, but probably should be landing in prison. Fancied himself clearly a bad boy. And it wasn't all flowers. Ladies and gentlemen, don't trust these monsters in Hollywood. They don't have the best in mind for you. And, well, they lie to you. They're professional pretenders for a living. And maybe you should turn them off. It's your boy Benny. Turn on our channel. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.